And Chase Ross is going to have to become more of a primary ball handler when James Jr. goes to the bench.
Ncaa, wow. Hamilton trying to take the 7-footer off the dribble, the block. Hamilton had a step on him, and now look at the Frenchman running the floor.
Get himself to the line.
7-1 out of Bastia French.
Running rebel.
Dayton 3-1. Their first time and lost his dribble. And now a turnover. Javon Bennett had stepped on the sideline. Bennett had a
is a real stabilizer for this group, especially BA for the young point guard and Nigel James Jr.
Part of that comes off a turnover. Marquette, the way they want
offense, a little rushed for Marquette. They have not moved the ball side to side and really allowed.
Once again, Aiden Stevens making an impact early. He is an excellent defensive player. Norman goes to the basket. Shaka Smart is deflection, so much so it is constantly. Norman can't finish off the three-point play. Inside, Thomas knocks it down. Here's Bennett, turns the corner, kicks it. Three-pointer flies, no good. And it's run down by Dayton, picked up the win. And they're hoping to do the same. It'll be a quality win for them. That's a foul inside. Malcolm's dad, Eton, 9 years in the NBA. You must have crossed paths with Colin Thomas at some point.
Absolutely.
It's the Emmy-winning first season of the Pitt. Monday, starting December 1st on T. Cut off. Parham passes up a three. He drives, and Parham misses the layup. Stevens is right.
The drive off of the rotation from the defense leads to that offensive rebound.
Defending him, he's going to have a tough time dribbling by. And that's a foul. Again, this is another layup, gets his own somehow among the trees, sets up Ross for three, no, at the collegiate level. And he's backing down James, double comes, Bennett now, Bennett shifty, gets to the basket, and he is fouled. And Bennett and Ncaa were teammates at Merrimack for NBA 2K. Don't you worry, boys.
Teach me a thing or two,
Lauren, find out what system they're playing. We'll have to send them a copy. And this zone is really giving Marquette some problems. They've just not been able to get into the interior until that point. Maybe that will settle them down.
Good ball movement for Dayton, and in the corner, Montgomery turns the corner. He's looking for Letong. Good hands there. Letong can't finish that.
Turnover for Marquette.
Lowry's going to pick up Bennett here. Inside. And that's a foul.
Against that zone.
Simon played just 7 minutes against Bethune-Cookman. And early minutes here as he listed on TNT, True TV, and HBO Max. Greg and I will both be there. James got a 7-footer on him, got a hand on it. Lowry resets for James, and he steps on the sideline. Shaka Smart, knowing he is very thin at the point guard position, and James is struggling here
against Dayton.
Simon comes over for help, almost forced another turnover. Now Ross rises up, and guard to spin. Bennett gets him up off his feet, missed the layup. Simon is there for the board and the putback.
They doing a great job of moving Marquette, and how about that? Maybe that'll get him to settle out. I just think
of the season. Now a takeaway. Ross, he gets a steal, 3-on-2, and James shot fake is fouled.
Last 2 games he started, and sometimes, you know, the game could just be a little fast, and you just allow Marquette to kind of get a little bit more rhythm offensively.
Oh, he was a Shaka Smart, gives it back. Now Ross gets a paint touch, and the lefty little turnaround is the steal. Here comes Marquette. They're down 3 for the tie. Got it. Ross finally back on the floor here. The three-pointer comes up short, and that's going to be a foul. Let's see who for Letong was both coaches' emphasis today. On the Dayton side, got to keep Letong out of foul trouble.
And one of the reasons it's so important, if you're Dayton, is a lot of
gives Marquette a lead at 25-23. It's a 12-0 run. Now a steal by Norman, and he got 91% of his free throws this year.
And he'll get have much of an impact offensively.
Dayton is normally a team, GA, that protects. As Norman finds Gold. Open for 3. Zayd Lowry hits a three-pointer. This one. And you may have another one. That's number 12. Norman with the pick. Up ahead, Lowry, who kicks it out of bounds. Familiar ring. Ross slips and falls. Montgomery attacking. Montgomery got it. Simon guarding. Three-pointer, no good. Having a hard time getting the shot up right now. Stepping into a three-pointer is James, no good. Latong was at the rim. There's a drive. Oh, hard foul. Your point guard from Orlando. 1 year at Merrimack and his third year in the year.
And now going to that zone, that kind of limits the pressure. Allow for Dayton
passing. Norman on the drive, body control, miss a different level of conditioning. James, no look, out to the corner. Lowry had it blocked by Simon. 2.5 to go first half. Bennett turns the corner, and a nice catch.
Because he should have been in that corner off of that attack, but fortunate there to get the deuce.
And well, Anthony Grant said, our styles of play are very similar. We've got college hoops, got to get it spaced. Under 2 minutes to go. James passes the fake, and challenge at Marquette's already used one challenge. Late clock here, down to 2. Zayd Lowry misses the 3. Parham up, pushes. Parham got a mismatch. Parham puts it in. Passes up a 3. Now calls for the screen. Ncaa inside. Thomas with it. This has been a dogfight tonight. Who is going to outlast this with Bennett? Little dribble drive, pull up. NBA TV days with Lauren as host. You going to come out and do some analysis with him?
No, I'm going to just listen.
Joplin returning to his hometown, been playing overseas. Bennett can't get a step on Stevens. Now he's stuck, has to put up a prayer, and he hits it. Loss against Maryland. Their 2 losses as they go 3-2 on the year against Indy. Altered late in Big East play, and then we're out in the first round. Lowry gets to the basket and
pulls up attack there for Marquette.
Here's Ncaa. He drives in some contact there, and they called him. His first start for Dayton on Saturday. Missed a good chunk of the exhibition season. Was it? There's the one made field goal, and now misses the back end. Wanted to get James and the rest of the Golden Eagles to settle in just a little bit. Ross puts up an air ball.
With Coach Russ Ross, who leads them in what they call mental weight training. They breathe before every
field goal attempt in this game is Jones. Here's Latong. He gets to the basket, lays it in off. And it looks like he's back on the bench. James gets himself open, but misses.
If you're Marquette, you cannot allow Dayton to get too big a lead here. And
that's his lead for Dayton right now. Ross cuts, gives it up. James for 3. In and out it goes. He can get himself back on the floor. Ncaa will run the point. Dayton, like Marquette, is thin at the point guard position for Javon Bennett. Dayton's point guard is on the bench right now. Looks like he's battling cramping in the legs as Parham. You can see all eyes on Marquette, always looking for Chase Ross. And Ross, Dayton was up 5 at the half. Ncaa on the drive, goes right into gold, left hand no good, gets it.
Javon told me that his offseason focus was simple. He wants to get downhill more, create shots for others. Seen that on the floor all night.
Well, now we'll see how Dayton goes without him. That's a 3. In traffic, Jones, shot fake, and he's fouled. Looks like Jones is trying to get a pass. Marquette has 10 consecutive 3-pointers before that made 3 as Jones hits the first of 2. First points of the game for the Madison, Wisconsin native.
Can leave Bennett on the bench, and you may have a scenario where he's able to.
Here's James now turned away, and James says Ross cuts, and Ross hangs.
It likes to slash, likes to attack defenses in rotation, but when you're asking him to then run the offense,
now Ross has really emerged as the #1 option. Probing, got 2 men on him, finds the open man in the corner. 3-pointer no good from her. Dayton's lead is 8. Lowry fires a 3, in and out. That was a good.
This is where you can kind of up the ante in terms of your intensity and reach in there. For the no, Marquette's got to bring the pressure. That's really been their only saving grace here tonight.
First, Dayton beat Marquette last year. And Dayton in front
To Dayton.
Inside, Ross lost the hand briefly in the first half before a strong finish to the first half by Dayton. Ross can't. Latong set to check back in. Thomas drives and lays it.
And one of the ways you can attack pressure is with your front line if they can handle the basketball.
Up ahead, Hurd running the floor, and Hurd is fouled on his way in. Bryce Hurd at the line has not scored in this game. His first free throws before Jordan Ncaa comes back on the floor. Hurd hits one. Ross steps into a three-pointer. Marquette there. Parham finds him in the corner. Good defense by Jones, but Ross finds some space
Of disrupting that attack.
Flips that possession arrow. Catch and shoot from the corner. Look, the Flyers here. They lead it by 12. Back comes Marquette. Lowry gets a friendly catch. He's got to move here. In trouble. Kicks it. Shot is up in time. Three-pointer no good. Knock it down. Here goes James. James with the scoop. And now they'll reset it. Here goes James, a drive. James hangs and scores. Been out, now he returns. Jones gets a paint touch and a bad pass.
Was doing some stretches, but ended up going back into the locker room. Was back there for about 12 minutes. Just ran.
Comfortable doing. And so while he may not be 100%, he's still going to be good enough to relieve the pressure. And
To me, cramps, period, everywhere, period. Which makes sense that they're using the Theragun all over.
61-54, Marquette is down 7, Gold in the corner. 3.5 to go. Bennett, not very mobile, but in control. Here's Latong inside, and off the dribble at this point, don't you? Yeah. Ross finds Gold in the other corner. Short. Ross with a rebound. Ross drives, and it's going to be a block on Ncaa. He hit
down that triple, and teammates starting to enjoy it.
Everybody
feeling a little better.
Teammate like Michael Phillips. Makes you feel. But like many of the other Golden Eagles, a ton of steals in this game. Marquette has 9. Driving, and Gold with a block.
Quality has really improved here in the last few minutes.
Bennett, a long free, cash it. Ross turns it over. Dayton with a steal, 3-on-2. Here's Montgomery. Montgomery hangs, and approaching the 3-minute mark. Marquette no fouls to give. Ncaa misses. Gold sets up for 3. That one's down. And he finds himself open in the corner. He's a shooter now. No good. And it's Parham. It's a 6-0 run for Marquette. Lowry. Air ball. Gold. Again, down to 6. Here's Bennett now. Rises up. Bennett, no. Gold with him. James 4 for 4 from the line. He's a good free throw shooter. And he calmly knocks it.
You know, a lot of times as a coach, you want to see how your guy responds to adversity. In the last minute and a half,
Montgomery finds Bennett. Bennett misses a 3. Runner. A steal by Keontae Jones. He drives. Jones lays it in. And Dayton and now. Parham gets in the lane. Guarded by Simon. There's Lowry. Baseline for the quarter. Gold kicks it out. And Marquette cannot get the shot off
in this overtime.
Well, Shaka Smart took the time up. He drew up the possession. He's on here. Latong gives it up. Another late clock scenario. Down to 6. And a three-pointer is good. Again, down to 5 to shoot. Extra pass. Jones drives. Jones met at the rim by Parham. Drives it. Drops his shoulder. Parham with some moves. Can't finish it.
Looks at the rim.
2 to shoot. Bennett left open, fires up a 3, no good. Mismatch, gave it up. Hamilton spins. Hamilton on Latong. It is a 1-and-1 as Marquette now in the bonus. And missed,
which forces the baseline defender oftentimes to have to come up. I think that was meant to be
Marquette desperate for a basket, and a foul on Hamilton. Starts their offense here. Jones on the attack, kicks it, corner three ball, Jacob Connor! Dayton up 6, Gold in the corner, back on the floor, no good. Parham off. Shot clock into single digits, down to 6. Now Montgomery gives it up, hot pass, turnover. Ross with Jones on him. Chase Ross rises up short.
And get the block. Just incredible effort there. With Bennett calmly knocks down.
Right, he's making his voice heard here late in this game. The kid from Madison. Bennett notches up a 3. Now fires one up. It's an air ball. And it's into the hands.
And not only get back in the game, but start to seize control of it. He's able to come back in and just kind of...
How about the gutsy effort by Javon Bennett? The leg cramps, coming back on the floor. Make a grinder of a win on the road for the Dayton Flyers out of the A-10. Back-to-back here.